18 WJTS Sports presents the Vincennes Lincoln Alices versus the Jasper Wildcats.
This game's brought to you by DuBois County Tire and Supply, McDonald's, Carpet Warehouse, Eubler & Sons, Mariners Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, and Westside Dairy Queen. Now let's go down to the court.
Welcome to Jasper High School. Tonight the Jasper Wildcats back in action in Southern Indiana Athletic Conference foe against Vincennes Lincoln. Lincoln is 0-8 on the season, and Jasper stands at 8-1 and 4-0 atop the SIAC Conference. Hello everybody, I'm Craig Schneider along with Jason Stamm and Jeremy Markos on the video. And you know, Jason, we kind of take a look at this. I mean, obviously Vincennes, a huge rivalry for the Wildcats dating back years and years and years. They're obviously with an 8-0 season having a tough time so far. You know, Jeff Hine 8 seasons ago at Vincennes, or he spent 8 seasons at Vincennes, and he won 3 sectionals, a regional. But since he's left, they had Josh Thompson come in there. He went 10-16 in 2017, 17-9, and lost in the sectional final to Southridge. But he's moved on to great success at Bar Reeve. They had Steve Brett come in for a season, went 10-14. But now it's Jordan Myers. He's in his 3rd season coaching the Alices, went 10-13 in his first year, 3-16 last year, and 0-8 so far this year. So it's been a struggle for the Alices over the last few years and all that. But it's still the Alices, and this basketball team for Jasper's got to be ready for them.
You're right. You know, obviously, it's a big rival game. You know, it's not as intense probably as, what it used to be.
Right.
You know, I was looking at their starting lineup. They go 3 sophomores, a freshman, and a junior.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're building for the future.
Sure.
You know, they're going to take their lumps this year. They've got a few seniors on the team. Not a lot, but actually I think there's like 1 or 2, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, they're looking to build on the season, and, programs go through that every now and then.
Right.
But to build on what you're saying, you can't take this for granted. We've got our lineup. It looks like a little changed around tonight also. Tanner Ernie's not here tonight, so obviously it looks like Jack Allbrand is taking his spot in the starting lineup.
Yep.
So, we wish Tanner well and hope that he gets back. I talked to his dad a little bit, and he's out with the COVID close contact thing, so
right.
I think he's supposed to be back Monday.
Okay.
Tonight might not be as big a deal, but we're definitely going to miss him tomorrow night when we travel to Evansville North.
That's right.
So, anyhow, it's Vincennes. Vincennes in any sport has turned into a rival game for Jasper.
Absolutely.
You got to throw out the record.
Right.
And I'm sure the coaches did that all week, or this week for practice. You got to take care of yourself tonight. You got to come out and play the way we've been playing. We've been playing great basketball, and you can't let up tonight.
Right. All right, so we are set to get things underway, and as Jason mentioned, Jack Allbrand getting the start in Ernie's spot, but we still got out there Young, Moondy, Foley, and Heichelbeck. And Moondy starting off with a 3-pointer, bounces in and out there. Boy, what a night he had. Actually, last couple games, 23 and 21. And so he's actually been just really blazing it from 3-point range, shooting 41% on the season.
That shot looked like he was just a little bit outside of what his comfort level was.
Right.
But we just have to that Vincennes started in a zone defense, which I kind of expected that. We got to be patient on the offensive end, and we got to continue to play good defense. That's where it's got us to the 8-1 record. Is our defense.
No
the other night down there at Wrights, we played a very good Wrights basketball team and played great defense, and that's what benefited us.
Absolutely, holding them to only 37 points as Foley brings down that rebound. So Allbrand has it on the left side there. Now looks like Vincennes now in the man-to-man. Nope, they are in that zone.
Yeah, they're in like a 2-1-2, 2-3 type of zone. I'm not sure. See, that one's a little closer.
All right, so Mooney makes him pay there, so he gets his first 3-pointer of the night. So Jasper with an early 3-0 lead. And, one thing I noticed in that first possession for Vincennes that Jasper very aggressive with their man-to-man defense, and I'm sure that they just want to disrupt anything that they might try to get going tonight, because actually just watching on film a little bit, I've seen a couple of their guys shoot pretty well. Little turnaround jumper there. That wasn't even close, so I eat my words on that one, but still. Here comes Mooney quickly the other way and gets it over to Albran. And this might be a good night for Albran. Now, Mooney's going to pop the three, and he hits a second one, so he's got 6 quick points. But, again, Albran, a three-point shot's a part of his game.
It is. There's no doubt. I want to see Jack, come out and be aggressive tonight, shooting the basketball, going to the hole. Shooting these threes is fine, but, I'd still like to see us involve Gus and Connor on the inside because they have nothing on the inside,
size-wise, yeah.
That can compete with those two guys. And like I said, I'd like to see us at least get the ball inside to them and work inside-outside a little bit.
I'm sure we'll see that as we move on.
Yeah.
All right, so the jumper there is short, so that was by number 23, Joel Sanders. So Cats try to push quickly. Now Albran with the opportunity, and a little bit long on there, but it comes right over to Mooney, so he's going to attack the lane this time. And
that's a charge.
He'll be called for the charge, yes. Good job there defensively by number 24, Darius Hill, to get to that spot. And Mooney's actually slow to get up here.
It sounded like he hit hard. I don't know what. Well, I couldn't tell if it was him or the guy he run over, but
yeah,
one of them hit pretty hard.
Yeah. So he bounced up there, is running off the court there, so hopefully it's just a little stinger or whatever. So the Wildcats with a 6-0 lead over the Vincennes Lincoln Alices. Again, both these teams in the SIAC conference now.
That was a good shot by Jack. He was open.
Sure.
He's ready to shoot the ball, and like you said, that's part of his game. He's got to be ready to shoot that.
All right, so a quick shot flied up right there by Xander Hunt. And they get over to Foley, and Foley quickly gets it up, but cannot finish on that break.
You got to finish that. In a game like this, you got to look at things like that play right there. In this game, that's not going to matter. But in a close game and a close contest, that could be an opportunity that got away. There's a nice shot by Hunt. But those are the kind of things that you have to look at in a game like this when you know that it's going to more than likely be a lopsided game. And it's things like that. You can't have those. They don't hurt you in this game, but in close contests, those are what's going to kill you.
One thing I always look at whenever you got a basketball team that's playing as well as Jasper has this year, and you get against an opponent that's struggling a little bit, again, you just got to continue to improve yourself every single game and forget who the opponent is. It's like, okay, well, how are we going to shoot better? How are we going to finish better? How are we going to cut down on our turnovers, rebounds, defense, everything that's involved in the game? You got to get better every single day and every night.
You can't play to the level of the competition that you're playing.
Right.
And that's, that I'm sure the coaches, in practice this week talked about that. You can't play to your competition's level. Keep playing the way we've been playing, which has been extremely well.
Right. All right, so Jasper with the 6-3 lead. Mooney hit the 2 3-pointers early on. Spencer Englert's in the ball game now for the Wildcats. He took Englert's spot. Jumper on the way does not go, but Young's able to come down with the board.
Super settling for that outside jump shot too much.
All right, so this time he does attack the lane, but slowed up there. So Albran's got the 3-point shot, and he drains it. So the Wildcats look like they're going to try to shoot him out of this zone. So far, they've hit 3 3-pointers.
I don't think we've shot a 2-point shot yet.
I agree. Well, except for the bunny that Foley missed on the break.
Right.
But not within our offense. So still 9-3 lead for the Cats. Long 3-pointer flown there by Joel Sanders. Young's just left alone, so little game of horse, but a little long on the shot, though. Albran gets the board.
That's a tough shot to hit because you think about it instead of just catching and shooting.
Yeah.
You thought about it about 2 seconds, and it's like.
All right, so Albran
That's
gives
a good
himself better position there, and he hits the shot, and going to be called for the foul is Darius Hill. So he did a nice job at the shot fake, stepped over to the right, and popped that mid-range jumper.
He did. That's what I like to see. I like to see him, like you said, he had a nice shot fake and took the ball a little bit closer and hit the shot.
All right, so we're seeing for the first time Gus McCrary come into the ball game. Number 21 and number 35 is Drew Hambrick, as Allbrand's long on that free throw shot.
Drew Bradley came in for Jasper and took Gus's spot.
You know, this is a good night for Bradley, too, to kind of take advantage of some playing opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
You know, get some experience and bang around a little bit in there.
Yeah, and I think, you know, he got this opportunity because of Jasper being down a man with being down with Tanner. So that's going to, you know, like you said, give him an opportunity to get in the game.
Right. Foley wrestles down that one. Engler's going to have to back up, so Vincennes quickly gets back on defense. Cats can't do anything with the transition there as they're into their offense now, half court. Foley will go to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be called on number 35, Drew Hambrick. So 2 fouls on the Alices, 1 foul on the Wildcats. So Connor short on his free throw there. Mundi back into the ball game. Jack will sit.
23, Joel Sanders back in for, he's a freshman. So he's getting some big opportunities this year to get a play on the varsity as a freshman.
So Cats have missed their first 2 free throws, and Foley's 1 for 2. All right, so it's a 12-3 game with 1:55 on the clock here. First quarter action. Jasper in control early on. Grant Young forces there, and there's a steal right away by Englert as he tried to go baseline. Nice job there defensively as the Cats now get into their offense on the other end. Bradley, mid-range jumper right there from the elbow. He just found that open spot and popped it, Jay.
Yeah, he was, you know, he caught the ball ready to shoot, and that's, you know, the key to it.
All right, so Jasper's now up to double digits with an 11-point lead, 1:19 on the clock. McCrary, shot fake and dribbles back. Mundi all over him. He's in a little trouble as he tries to get it baseline. Ball gets thrown away, and Foley will pick it up. Englert, and he's going to travel. He thought about the shot there a little too much and made the move and got called for steps as Gus comes back in. So Jasper 14, Alice's 3, 58.5 to go here in the first quarter. Xander Hunt dribbles to a spot, then gives it up. Sanders now back. Now Hunt's going to take the jump shot. And there's a battle for the rebound between Hambrick and Bradley. That jump ball's going to go Vincennes' way.
That's a rebound. We got to get that. We got to get it and get it out of there instead of. Drew did a good job of getting it, but he wasn't strong with the basketball.
All right, so the Alice is still on the attack with 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. There's a three-point shot on the way, misses everything on the right side. That's Tanner Gilbert who shot that one, so Jasper's got a chance here with 16 seconds. So we're down to 10, need to make a move here. 4 seconds. It's a good look there for Young. Nice feed by Bradley to find him wide open there, and so that worked to perfection for the Wildcats. So Jasper will take a 17-3 lead over the Alices here on 18 WJTS. All right, so the Jasper Wildcats will have the basketball to start the second quarter. So Drew Bradley, who had a nice contribution in that first quarter with an assist and a jump shot that he hit. 17-3, Jasper with the lead. Bradley, nice feed over to the top there, and they get it down to Gus. Now they're going to try to get it out to to Moondy. He's going to attack the lane and put it up and in. So Moondy's got 8 quick points in this basketball game, despite sitting about half of that quarter after he had that hard fall. 19-3, Jasper. And that's going to be a travel, yes. All right, so Connor Foley comes back in. Bradley will sit, so he gets a hand. All right, so still in that 1-2-2 zone, I think is looking like now they're showing. But again, I agree with you, Jason. We need to try to get a little bit of battle down low.
That's what we got to do is, and I mean, he might have got by with a travel there.
So big time.
But, you know, at least get it in there. And I mean, part of the reason why we're being successful with the outside shots is because they've got guys packed in the lane.
Right.
I mean, they've got 3 or 4 guys in the lane at all times. So
Yes.
that's opening up the outside shot. So it looks to me like they've elected to try to take away the inside game and give up the outside jump shots. But still, it's you want to work the defense or the offense to go from the inside to the outside.
Yes.
They just, you know, there's a nice back cut, but I mean they just kind of look lost on offense.
Right. There's a rebound put back, and now another rebound. So they get 2 offensive rebounds on that set there, and eventually it goes in for number 23, Joel Sanders. Gus kicks it back out, so Grant's going to shoot the 3, and he's got 2 of them.
That's what we're talking about. You know, we got the ball into Gus. They collapsed on him. He turned and found, who was it, Young at the top of the key for the open outside shot.
Right. All right, so the Wildcats trade 3 for 2 there on the last 2 possessions. 22-5 is our score. Long three-pointer does not go, so Mooney's going to bring it down. You know, that's another thing we can work on tonight, too, is just try to get that quick transition to beat the zone.
Yeah.
So the Cats with the turnover. Now the Alices into their offense. Foster feeds over to Sanders, but the ball gets knocked off his leg, and so Jasper will have it. 5:27 to go, 22-5 as Allbrand checks in. You know, and that's the thing, too. If Tanner Ernie is out for the entire weekend, you know, again, give you a chance to use some different lineups that we're going to have to play tomorrow night.
Yeah, you know, you're going to get some guys that are going to get the opportunity to get, like you said, get some valuable minutes that could be down the road.
Right. There's outstanding ball movement just across the board there. Eventually, Foley finds Allbrand in the corner for a 3.
And again, you know, you hate to keep harping on this, but the ball went inside. They collapsed on it, and our 2 big men, or 3, are doing a very good job of not forcing the ball when they get it in there.
I know.
You know, this is going to be a night where they may not score a lot.
Nor do they need to,
but they're going to get assists by turning and finding those outside guys that are open.
Yes.
And I mean, so far we've done a very good job of hitting, you know, our outside shots.
All right, so the ball gets knocked away there by Xander Hunt. Substitution, Hambrick comes back in, number 35.
And, you know, come tournament time, that can make us a dangerous team. If you've got, in high school basketball, you know, normally you're either a good shooting team from the outside or you've got a good inside team. And I think we're pretty good on both right now.
Yeah.
You know, with Foley and with Foley and Heichelbeck on the inside, that's a pretty good combination in there. And then, you know, you've got your 3 guards on the outside that can shoot the ball really well. So, like I said, it's a pretty good combination.
Right. I'll tell you what, Foley almost threw one away there, and it actually bounced off a defender. But a nice job, though, by him to follow the play, and he winds up getting the bucket and a 3-point opportunity here. So hits that free throw. So Connor Foley now with 4 points in the ball game. Jasper extends this to a 28-5 score.
And you just hope that, you know, when you play games like this that you don't how do I want to say, lose what you've built all year. You know, you've had every game or most games that we've played, we've had to play hard, we've had to work hard to be in those games and to win those games. And, you know, in a game like this tonight, you don't have to do that as much, you know. So you hope that you don't lose that sense of urgency when you go out there to play good defense and to do the things you had to win.
All right, so the Owls have a tough time getting it in. Ball gets knocked away, but it's recovered right there. So Vincennes drive there by Hunt. Good job by Grant Young to cut that off. They're working into Hill. Hunt has it back. 3:23 on the clock as the three-point shot is on the way. Does not go there for McCrary. So Cats down the floor. Gus has it. Spin move. And again, short on that shot. We noticed that the other night, that he's just kind of short-arming that little, which should be an easy drop to the bucket for him.
It's more of a push than it is a shot.
Yeah.
You know, when he gets in that rut, that's when he misses a lot of his inside shots. When he goes up and just shoots it like normal, he does pretty good.
There's a nice looking shot there by Hambrick, hitting a three-pointer from the top of the key. It's a 20-point lead for the Cats, 28-8. Good job here by Albrand to draw that defense and get it down to Gus, but now he's triple teamed, and what a cut to the basket, but can't finish there, but he made him a nice move, was Drew Bradley.
Yeah, it was. It was a nice cut. You know, Gus had his head up and found him. You got to finish that. The cut's just half of it.
All right, so 2:22 on the clock, 28-8. Jasper leads. Down to 2 minutes here. So there's a quick drive to the lane, and that's going to be a hold by Bradley as he got a hold of his arm there. So stepping to the line for 2 free throws will be Darius Hill. So Vincennes so far tonight, Xander Hunt hit a three-pointer. Hambrick hit one a little bit ago. Number 23, Sanders, has got a bucket. And that free throw doesn't go for Darius Hill.
Yeah, it did. It went in.
Oh, it did? I saw it bounce.
I
started putting my
It was a brick so bad that it hit the back of the rim and went.
I literally saw that hit the rim.
I saw you look down, and I thought
down.
Craig didn't even see that. And you go, and it didn't go in. I was like, yeah, it did.
Well,
but it hit the back and then hit the front and went in.
All right, so he's 2 for 2 there. So a good trip there for Darius Hill. Puts the Alices in double figures. 28-10 is our score. So Jasper with 156.
Yeah, Vincennes is kind of in like it's a 1-1-2-2 zone.
All right, so Gus. Are they going to call a foul?
They're going to call a foul on somebody in there.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to go on
41.
14.
14. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kiefer Foster picks up the personal foul. 4 have been called on the Alices. Gus gets his own rebound there. Kicks it back out. So
reset it. Run your offense. There you go.
I just have a feeling they're not going to move away from this 2-3 all night.
I don't know. They can't play man because they can't match up.
Right.
And they just have to take their chances that, you know, we're not going to hit those outside shots.
All right, so the ball gets knocked away, but oh wow, they said it went off a Wildcat.
I thought it pinballed off of 2 Vincennes players. I don't know how they got Vincennes' ball, but
all right, so we got 1:08 on the clock here, 28-10. Jasper with an 18-point lead. Quick three-point shot on the way is Long.
When they catch, they don't waste any time getting ready to shoot.
Right.
I think Hambrick's going to pick up over the back.
All right, so a quick substitution to get Darius Hill back in. The Cats get Moondy back in. So with 53.8, sure the Wildcats will continue to run their offense. Usually until you get to about that 30-second mark, you know?
Yeah.
That's when you back it out. Cross court, Moondy, not there. 39 seconds. Ball gets knocked away, gonna have to pick it up. They're gonna call Grant Young for the foul. Or is it the other way around? Well, they call it on Vincennes.
How do you even come up with that?
I don't know. Sander Hunt picks up the foul, 6th foul on the Alices, so.
Coach Myers ain't very happy with it, and I'm not sure. I don't blame him on that one. I mean, that was just a hustle play that, you know.
Let it go.
I wouldn't have called it on either one of them.
I agree. All right, so we're inside of 30 seconds at 25 right now, so the Cats will hold for one. So nobody extending out on Grant Young. McCrary just backs off. 11 seconds. Young finds the opening on the right or left side, and he drills the three-pointer. So he has hit 3 of them tonight for 9 points. 31-10. Last second heave does not bounce in. So, well, again, facing a 2-3 zone, the Wildcats have hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3-pointers. So we're at least showing that we can hit the perimeter shot, and we're seeing that among 3 players with Moondy hitting 2, Young hitting 3, and Jack Hallbrand hitting a couple.
Yeah, you know, we talked about that early in the game that, you know, Vincennes, it looked like in their philosophy or their game plan tonight was to try to take away Heichelbeck and Foley on the inside game basically. You know, and so far tonight, what they've done that because those guys don't have many points, but it's opened up the outside and we've been able to hit those shots.
Right.
You know, and like we said earlier, I look for come sectional time that teams are going to do that.
Right.
They're going to look to take away whether it be the inside or the outside, because it's hard to take both of those away in a high school game, especially.
Right.
Now, college is a little bit different, obviously, but in high school, if you can do both of those with regularity and with success, it makes you a very good team. And as of right now, we're able to do that. So, you know, teams going to have to pick which poison are we going to take?
Exactly.
And you know, like you said, tonight we're shooting the ball well. You know, what if we weren't shooting well?
Yeah.
You know, it's a 21-point game. You know, it could very easily be a 12, 6, 10. You know, it could be if we weren't hitting those shots.
Right.
So,
well, it's working for the Wildcats. They're getting those open looks, and a good ball movement is creating those open looks as well. So we'll take a halftime break. 31-10. Jasper leads the Alices here on 18 WJTS. All right, we're at halftime, getting set to start the second half. The Jasper Wildcats with a 31-10 lead over the Vincennes Lincoln Alices. 4 players for the Alices have scored. 2 of them hit 3-pointers. Xander Hunt and Hambrick, number 35, came off the bench and popped one. Joel Sanders has 2 points and 2 free throws for Darius Hill. For the Wildcats, 5 players have scored, including Drew Bradley off the bench with 2 points. Allbrand's got 8, so he's having a nice night with 2 3-pointers and a bucket. And then 8 points for Carter Moondy, 9 points for Grant Young, all 3-pointers, and 4 points for Connor Foley. So, you know, the game's kind of under control at this point, Jason. What do you think as far as the second half? What's your expectation here?
well, I think you know, we're coming out with our starters. I think you come out and you try to get off to a good start in the third quarter, see where that takes you, you know, and then if it's this lopsided or a little bit more, then I think you start working in, you know, some of the guys off the bench. But, you know, I think coaches, you know, probably want them to play with the intensity that they need to play with. And, you know, like we said, you know, you're preparing for tomorrow night. You know, you got to be ready to go because, you know, right there, that the kid made a good move and got to the basket. They didn't finish that, but there's going to be a lot of teams and players that we play that will.
Right.
So from that standpoint, I think, you know, we just have to keep playing hard.
Right.
You know, I mean, you play this game like the scoreboard, it's tied or you're right there.
On every possession.
Yeah, you don't play like you're ahead 21.
Right. Well, it's an opportunity to Gus to get on board. Cannot hit the three-pointer. That's just been a struggle with him this year. He's 0 for 16 on the season from three. So 31-10. Minute into it, neither team has scored yet. Three-point shot on the way, and that's a good-looking shot there for Kiefer Foster to hit his first bucket of the night. So Vincennes strikes first, 31-13. Gus gets banged right there, and they're going to say the play was
on the floor.
On the floor, yes. All right, so first personal foul against the Alices, and that's the second foul of the game tonight on Darius Hill. Moondy had to give it up there as was facing maybe a potential trap in the corner there, but yep, throws it off of Foley's hand. So Vincennes will have the basketball. So not a good start for the Wildcats. Minute and a half into it, still yet to score.
No, and it's the turnovers that you don't like to see. Because like we said, in a game like this, they're moot points, but.
Well, two quick buckets for Vincennes to start the quarter. So this time, number 13, Xander Hunt, gets his 5th point of the ball game. Now Gus barrels into the lane there. And
he did. He barreled right over somebody.
Three-pointer on the way is short by Moondy, so he's missed his first two of the second half, and Vincennes is going to come the other way.
We need to pick up the defensive end when things don't, because you got to learn how to play different games within the game. If you're not hitting your shots, if you're not running the break and you're not doing things well on offense, you got to pick it up on defense.
All right, so the feed down low into Connor Foley. He gets fouled on the shot there, so he's going to shoot two. So Foley missed his first free throw, hit his last two.
Darius Hill picked up that foul. That's his third, so it looked like they've got Hambrick over there waiting to check in for him. And I don't know what our free throws are tonight, but they're not anything to write home about either, I don't think.
Just 2 of 5 so far.
Yeah.
And again, that was something we're starting to see some improvement
on.
Exactly. We went 9 of 10 the Central game, 7 of 10 the other night. But
it's concentration. That's all it is.
Right.
Because you're up by the score that you are, doesn't mean you can concentrate less.
It's an opportunity to work on your free throw game.
Yeah, you're up 16, but you can't, just let up on your free throw shooting.
All right, so Vincennes aggressive with their offense. Gets a shot from the corner, it doesn't go. Now a rebound and shot put up there. So the Alices are starting to show some things here. That's the second three-pointer hit by Kiefer Foster. And we got an interesting score now, 31-18. Jasper is yet to score. Vincennes on an 8-0 run to start the second half. So we'll take a break here on 18 WJTS. All right, so John Gable has to call the timeout there to get his Wildcats to kind of wake up out here, Jason.
Yeah, we were talking off the break. This is, the game's not close to getting away from us, but from Coach Gable's coaching staff, you hate to see us come out and play like this to start the second half. We just talked about what do we expect. Well, we expect to build on that lead so that other guys can get in there to play and we can rest for tomorrow night. But we haven't done that. We haven't been shooting the ball well to start the half, and we obviously aren't doing a very good job on defense. The ball movement's a little bit better, but is Gus the guy we want shooting that? You said he was 0 for 16 or 18, and now he's missed two
of them tonight.
So it's like
quick three-pointer is short there by Hambrick.
We're not blocking out. Oh.
All right, so try to get that shot up, but Foley disrupted it. Cats now get an opportunity on the score, and that's a nice block there by Foster. So if anything, we got a technical foul on Jasper. So
I believe
Albrecht must have said something to him.
he kind of was aggravated over this. They called the technical foul on the Vincennes player.
Did they really? Oh, wow. Okay. That's what I was wondering what was going on here.
Because I saw Jack turned around and he kind of like bumped the Vincennes player.
Okay.
So I assumed that they were giving it to him. Now maybe.
Okay, so yeah, they're going to have. Do they call it double technical maybe?
I don't think so. I think they just called it on Xander Hunt.
Okay.
Which was.
All right, so the free throw goes in. I mean, it was an outstanding block on the play, but.
Yeah, and Jack was kind of aggravated about getting his shot blocked, and he kind of turned around and just like bumped into the guy on purpose. So I was assuming that they gave it to Jack.
Yeah.
But they gave it to the other kid.
All right, so 33-18, Jasper with a 15-point lead, but it hasn't been a good start for the second half. They've been outscored 8-2, and it's taken 2 free throws for us to get on the board.
Now, granted, we're sitting up here and we can't hear what was said. Maybe there was something said that instigated it. I don't know. But anyhow, we'll move on. But like you said, I mean, we've scored 2 points and it was off of 2 free throws. So we've got to do a better job here. There he's open, look opposite. And see, we're settling for that. In the past, Connor or Gus, whoever, they catch at, they look opposite, they fake, and they're aggressive. They go to the basket, but we're not. They haven't dribbled the ball one time tonight to try to get to the basket. They just settling for passing the ball back out.
All right, so there's a look there. So Vincennes is getting pretty crisp with their offense. Grant Young settles for a quick 3 there, and it doesn't go. Hit 3 in the first half. So, again, Jasper without a field goal in this second half, and where you got 3:26 to go in the third quarter.
See, this is what we were talking about in the first half about teams. There's a nice drive and basket by Sanders, but this is what we were talking about, teams electing to take one thing away or the other, and they've taken away the inside game tonight, and we hit the shots in the first half. Now we're not hitting them.
Right.
So it's a different game.
Mundi short again on his 3, but Foley gets the rebound, muscles his way for a bucket, and he'll go to the line to shoot a free throw. So the first field goal for Jasper comes 5 minutes into the third quarter here.
Looked to me like Connor got away with a foul. When he caught it, he dribbled back into the defender.
Right. Kind of create the space there.
Yeah. It's kind of like an NBA move. They let him catch it and back themselves all the way down to the basket.
Right. All right, so Foley in and out there.
Hit the free throw.
So he has missed 3 straight free throws in this quarter. Jasper just 2 of 5 from the line in the third quarter alone. Now there's a steal by Mundi. He's going to attack that lane, gets the shot up, and draws the contact. So nice play there by number 15. So they call Kiefer Foster on the foul. It's his second personal foul. So there's been 5 fouls called on Vincennes, including the technical in the quarter. Jasper is yet to be called for one.
And sometimes that's a bad omen, if you're playing good, hard-nosed defense, you're going to get called for fouls at times,
All right, so the Cats pick up the full court press here. And it's a 5-second violation as McCrary was not able to get that ball inbounds for the Alices. So Jasper gets the basketball back, leading by 18, 38-20. Englert drives to the lane, loses the handle, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds by Bradley. So the Cats have been outscored 10-7 in this quarter. 2:38 on the clock, 38-20, Jasper with the lead, as the Cats will work on their full court press here. Quickly down the court is Xander Hunt. Long 3-pointer launch there. Doesn't go for Foster.
Missed the guy cutting there.
Foley finds the spot. And that's going to be an offensive foul this
gotta
time.
be.
He totally lowered his shoulder and just knocked him on his tail.
Oh, my, Connor. And part of that could be a little bit of frustration, too, because, he's gotten the ball in there tonight. He hasn't had much luck or success with getting it in there.
Yeah.
And, you just get aggravated after so long, and that's kind of what that looked like. He was just like, I'm going. I don't care who's in my way.
Tell you what, some of it's also Jasper versus Vincennes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's just been the battle all these years, Jasper against Vincennes.
Oh,
There
boy.
have been some tough ones. Way off there is Darius Hill.
I don't know that I've seen a game where a team has shot as many air balls as what Vincennes has shot tonight.
Right. Bradley. It's back out in the perimeter. Engler, nice feed down into Gus, but a beautiful block there. No, they're going to call the foul. Not happy about it is Darius Hill. I thought it looked pretty clean from here, too.
It did. And the referee that made the call had the exact same angle as what we did.
Yeah.
So we'll take it, though.
All right, so Gus will shoot free throws where he's been outstanding. 18 of 21 on the season. Pops that one. 86% foul shooter. Cats are 4 of 7 from the free throw line in this quarter. 2 for 2 for Gus. So Cats are back up by 20, 40 to 20. And that's going to be another 5.
Timeout.
No, they call the timeout. Okay. All right, so they give it to Vincennes. So John Gable will gather his team, and Jordan Myers will get his. We'll take a break with 1:40 to go. 20-point lead for the Cats on 18 WJTS. All right, coming out of the timeout, Vincennes will inbound against the Wildcat press again, not against, or against. All right, so they're able to get it across there to Gilbert. Drive to the lane there, and he was just uncontested.
Yeah, we didn't do a very good job. And that's the thing you got to be cautious of when you press is you have to make sure you get back and find your man on the half-court defense. And that might be what Coach Gable's trying to work on, is more not necessarily
Well, I think the Cats think or Vincennes thinks the Cats got a break there, but
McCrary thought that it went off of Jasper, which I couldn't really tell from here. But
well, if I take off my black and gold glasses right now, and I'm just watching a basketball game, Vincennes has just been playing way harder than we have in this quarter.
there's no doubt in the second half, they've got after it a little bit.
Right.
They're how do I want to say, they're not playing as intimidated, as what they were. There's a foul on Gus.
You knew that was coming once he missed that shot.
Hey, there it is again.
Yeah.
Every game we
game
talk
we see
about
one
that.
or two of those.
Guy makes a mistake or misses a shot, and then he commits a foul.
Yeah, it's just natural. I mean, you're aggressive on the play, so then you're aggressive to try to get it back or make up for it, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to commit that foul. So.
Yep.
All right, so an 18-point lead for the Wildcats with 37 seconds on the clock. This is a case with Vincennes. They're probably not going to come back and win this basketball game.
No.
But you want to play better basketball, and they're really showing it here in this third quarter. They're playing better basketball for themselves, but also better basketball than what Jasper has. As they hit another jumper there.
Xander Hunt has played well this quarter.
He has 6 points. So
that had to be a kick. It went off somebody's foot.
Jasper's up by 16. And there's a baseline jumper at the buzzer for Mundi. So Mundi bails us out there, but Vincennes puts 14 points on the board and makes it interesting. It's an 18-point lead for the Cats, but Vincennes outplayed us there in that third quarter. So we'll take a break here on 18 WJTS. So Vincennes outscores the Wildcats 14-11 in the third quarter. And actually it took a A good effort by Carter Moondy, who scored 7 points in the quarter. He leads all scorers with 15. Other than that, the Wildcats only had one other bucket. Grant Young, he takes advantage of the opening and pops one there, so he's got 4 3-pointers tonight, 12 points. Makes it a 21-point lead, 45-24. Xander Hunt getting very aggressive. Nice quarter he had with 6 points to lead Vincennes in the third.
We're just getting a little lazy with our passes. We're not making crisp passes, just kind of laying them out there.
Yeah, I think the message was, hey, let's just work this basketball, and if it's not there, you're not taking an ill-advised shot. So we're almost kind of in a, well, but then you try to feed it into a spot where 2 guys are there, you're going to wind up with a turnover.
I don't know how you call that a jump ball. Nobody had the ball.
Oh, I know. It's always a bailout.
It is.
Always.
It's like
college, high school is really bad.
It's like let them figure it out. And I mean, if 2 guys are wrapped up with it, then obviously, yeah. But nobody had it.
I agree. I agree.
I think we argue, or not argue, but discuss that every year.
We argue.
Argue. Yeah. However you want to say.
Yeah, I was at the IU Ohio State game last night, and there were a couple instances, same thing. It's just like, you know, they're grown young men. Let them battle.
Yeah.
All right, so the Cats defense holding Vincennes in check here, but there's a 3-point shot that is drained. So within their offense, they find Gus McCrary, and he hits a 3-pointer there, his first one of the ball game.
That's a tough shot. I mean, he caught that coming off of a screen, got his shoulder squared to the basket, and was able to hit the shot.
They've done some impressive things in this second half. 3-pointer there by Englert doesn't go.
Right there where Jack got that rebound against a zone defense, you can rebound there all night long because it's wide open on the backside. There's nobody there to block you out.
Right. Bradley misses badly on that jump shot. Now Hunt's going to try to launch one, so little pickup balls going on right now. Gus, nice feed into Bradley, so now he gets a better look and he puts it up and in. So Drew Bradley, 4 points tonight. 20-point lead for the Cats, 47-27, 5 minutes to go.
Whoa.
Long 3-pointer, almost went in there.
He was almost out of bounds.
I know. Came close, though, and led a little too much there for Englert, so the ball goes out of bounds.
Jack passed that to him thinking Spencer was going to keep going to the basket, and Spencer kind of let up. And
all right, so the Wildcats empty their bench here as Cabrick checks in, Bagley checks in. Also number 53, Cameron Howard, seeing his first action tonight.
I'm not sure Vincennes can empty theirs. I mean, I don't know who else they'd have over there to the. We talked about they have one lone senior.
Yeah.
Simon Corona. But
a little ball rolls on the floor or something, whatever that is. Nice pass back over there by John Gable, the youngster.
But
needs to hang on to that thing.
I don't know if that young man's hurt or what, but I didn't see. He's number 3, and I didn't see
I've
anybody
seen him in some
out
of the video.
I haven't seen him out there with his jersey on, but. Oh,
Xander Hunt with a nice crossover, and he pops it.
He's a nice little player. I mean,
absolutely.
He's got some quickness to him. I mean, I know whoever's been guarding him, he's made him look bad a couple times tonight.
Yeah, the sophomore having a night with 11 points. 8 here in the second half. Bagley way short on that shot.
He had no arch on it. I don't know that it was ever up high enough to go in.
The JV, they won pretty dominantly tonight.
Yeah, I wrote that down, Craig. 67-28.
Right. So we got our JV team out there. They just need to continue that on. Xander Hunt gives it up. Three-pointer from the corner is going to be short by Foster. Jasper comes down with the rebound with 3:21 on the clock. Three-pointer on the way, and this time Cabrick pops one. So Charlie Cabrick. Actually, I believe that's his second three-pointer of the season.
I believe you're right.
He's 1 of 2 coming into tonight. 50-29, Jasper with the lead, 2:56 on the clock. Cats looking to close in on their 9th win of the season and another conference win, as Hunt can't get that shot to go. So that would put Wildcats 5-0 on the season, going into North tomorrow night. Bailey dribbles out. Another three-pointer by Cabrick. Doesn't go this time, but Cats get the long rebound as Engler pulls it down. Coming up on a 2-minute spot. 2:11 on the clock. Engler gets an opportunity, and he drains it. There we go. Engler. Cats have hit 3 3-pointers here in this fourth quarter. Extended now to a 24-point lead, 53-29.
We've shot a pretty good percentage, I think, tonight from the three-point line.
Right.
Coach Gobert's not here tonight on the radio side of things, so we don't have any stats.
Can't steal them from him.
I can't
right?
check stats from him.
All right, well, we got a timeout on the floor, so we'll take a break. 53-29 with 1:38 to go. Jasper leads Vincennes on 18 WJTS. So Tanner Gilbert's going to inbound here for the Alices. Close out this basketball game, 138-137. We're underway. Jasper with a 53-29 lead. Almost a steal there by Englert. Nice move, but a little short on the shot there by Darius Hill. Yeah, I'd say the two players that have impressed me the most for this Vincennes team, obviously Xander Hunt having a nice night. I think Darius Hill looks like he's got some ability too.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So again, just a very young team, and there's another three-pointer by Cabrick. So he's 2 for 3 on the night. So the Cats have hit 4 3-pointers, 11 on the game. Shot is long there. Hill comes down with the rebound. .40 seconds to go here. Jasper's winding down this battle against rival Vincennes. Kick to the corner. He's able to set his feet and hits the side of the backboard though. And Vincennes will hang on to it.
Again, we try to block too many shots. If he just plays closeout defense, puts his hand up,
Yep.
turns around, blocks them out,
Right.
you get the rebound comes right to you.
Nice stop and pop there, but doesn't go for Hill. So we're down to 12 seconds. Cats just have to cross it here. And Charlie Cabrick will dribble out the last 5 seconds. So Jasper's going to win this basketball game 56-29 over the Vincennes Lincoln Alices. So kind of what you expected there, Jason. Didn't really like what we saw in the third quarter as far as the effort, and Vincennes seemed to play a little bit more aggressive than we did there, but still the bottom line, it's another win for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those games tonight where you just, you take the win and you move on.
Mm-hmm.
You don't put a lot into it. because there wasn't a lot you could get out of it.
Right.
You got to move on. I don't think there's probably much film you want to watch out of this game, other than maybe a few coaching points that the coaching staff might have to try to prove or show points to some of the guys.
Yeah.
But you like you said, you take the win, you move on. You come in the morning and you go over a little scouting report on Evansville North, and you get on the bus and you go down there tomorrow night. And that's a big SIAC game. I know we're sitting there, 5-0 now in the SIAC, but we've got a couple of good opponents coming up. In Evansville North, it's pretty good. Evansville Harrison's pretty good. Mater Dei's always, they're just a hard-nosed school. Their kids play hard all the time. So, those are going to be some games coming up that are going to be pretty vital games for the conference goes. But like I said, tonight you take the win and you move on.
Right.
There's not a lot of, in games like this, there's not a lot of teaching moments or teaching points that you can come up with. So
probably a few complaints here and there you'll get on your team about just to just not lose our heads whenever we are in these situations.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is get the win, move on.
And one of the points probably will be, the third quarter. You got outplayed in the third quarter in a close game. What if we were ahead? It was tied at halftime, or they were ahead 2 points, and you come out in the third quarter and you get outscored by 3, 14-11 in that third quarter.
Yeah.
Then it's a big deal.
Right.
Obviously in this game it didn't matter because we sat right here and said Vincennes is not going to come all the way back to win this game.
You're right.
They played harder than what we did in the third quarter, and you can't have that.
Right.
You have to play hard all 4 quarters, no matter what the scoreboard says.
Exactly. All right, well, quick rundown of the scoring here. Xander Hunt scores 11 points for Vincennes. Kiefer Foster at 6, 4 points for Joel Sanders, 2 points for Darius Hill. Check at 4 points. And then off the bench, 3 points for McCrary, and Hambrick had 3. For the Wildcats, they were led by Carter Mooney, 15, Grant Young, 12, 6 points for Connor Foley. Gus Heichelbeck had 2 free throws. And some bench scoring tonight. Actually, let's see. We had Cabrick had a couple 3-pointers. Spencer Engler hit a 3. Drew Bradley had 4 points tonight. And Jack Albrand, his best scoring output this year with 8 points, all coming in the first half. So, again, the Wildcats will be on the road tomorrow night against the Evansville North Huskies. And that's going to be a 7 o'clock tip-off Evansville, or is that Jasper? I guess that's Jasper time.
I think it's Jasper.
Okay, so it's going to be an earlier start, so that's good. Get down there early and get back, right?
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite Evansville trip because you just cruise right down the interstate, get off on 41, and you're right back.
You're right
on,
there.
so
there's no driving around.
A 40, 45-minute drive. So, all right, so the Jasper Wildcats win it tonight, 56-29 over the Vincennes Lincoln Alices, and we'll be back in action tomorrow night against the Evansville North Huskies. And so the Wildcats improved to 9-1. Vincennes drops to 0-8 or 0-9. Reading that number there, it's 0-9. All right, so for Jason Stamm, Jeremy Markos on the video, this is Craig Schneider. Thanks for watching Wildcat basketball here on 18 WJTS. Good night.